I mean, I'm pretty sure that they are going to eventually, but if I can just eliminate as many serfs as possible, we should have an overwhelming advantage. Ow. That was not really good, was it? Oh, we're doing it. We're doing it. Come on, kill it. Yes, I'm playing as a pole armsman. Hello reformers and welcome back to Pestis Extremus. I gotta say that I really enjoy playing this mod, and it's a bit weird really because you kind of think to yourself, well, it's not even that polished, right? I mean, you know, compared to some of the other mods that have been in development for a very long time, for multiple years, obviously it's a little bit unpolished in that respect. But just think about that, you know, this changes the whole dynamic of what you're actually going to be doing in Warband overall, because, you know, you start just literally like you do in, you know, Blood for Land, and, you know, you just try to do your very best and improve everything you got. And, oh yes, by the way, when you capture things, that adds to your wages, and basically I was able to gain about 2,000 in a week. So that's pretty cool. And also, if you do get your dairies, you know, up and running, you're going to be getting butter, and also I think it is something else. I can't remember what I actually gained there, but you do gain another item. In other words, you gain some, you know, food so that you can actually train your guys. The only thing that I got to say is that most of these maps are a little bit nondescript, so to speak. So what I'm really wanting to do, I mean, I'd like to try and find a similar map to the one that we fought in the, I think, second episode, where it was kind of a built-up area, and I thought that was really, really cool, because there's all kinds of different buildings and everything, and I thought that was really nice, in comparison to these kind of desolate areas that I don't really care for too much. So hopefully we're going to find something like that as well. I was actually going to try attacking the big town nearby, so stick around for that, because I think that's actually going to be really fun, if it is indeed what I think it is going to be. So yeah, let's hope, and well, we'll see if we're going to actually even get there, because obviously this is, yes, I am having a couple of issues here. Anyway, let's just get these guys advancing. You know what I should do? I should literally just go around here. Really need a horse, in my opinion. I feel like having a horse would make so much sense. We would just be able to zoom over there as quickly as possible. Let's hire some spies. The enemies only have 20 butter, but I don't think it really matters too much how many pieces of butter they actually have. So I'm just going to continue leveling up my serfs a little bit here. And you know what I'm going to go for? I'm going to go for followers, am I? Am I going to go for followers? I guess I'll go for followers, and we'll just see if we can, well, kind of outdo them, so to speak, with the amount of units we have. Once again, that is going to be my main tactic, you know, for the most part. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to do something along those lines. You can see here, oh, these guys don't have shields. Oh yes, this is going to be fun then, because I can just literally shoot them in the head. Yes, take this, woodsman. He will no longer be with Snow, isn't it Snow White? I think it is Snow White, that particular movie. Anyway, let's, we should probably also try to get some bond slaves, but they're not actually that good, the bond slaves, so I'm going to try and just kind of avoid, you know, doing that for the most part. Maybe we want to do a little bit of the priest action. I think some priests might make sense here, because those priests are going to be running over to that arrow and hopefully gaining quite a bit of butter for us. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try and sneak around here. Bear in mind that this tower here is, whoa, that was close. That was real close. Okay, let me just continue to level up our economics a little bit here. And whoa, those guys, there's actually a lot of serfs. They have a lot of serfs right now. This is not good. And they're, oh no, they're all chasing me. This is even worse. This is even worse than I imagined. Oh dear. Okay, let's just continue to level up some of our troops here as well, because I think we're probably going to need it. We are probably going to need it. Alright, so oh, they've decided not to attack me now. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for that. Let's see if I can do a little bit of something here. Thankfully, they can't really block the serfs as far as I'm aware, because they're using those daggers. Oh dear. Oh dear. This is a bit of an issue, isn't it? This is a bit of an issue. I cannot, for the life of me, kill this guy unless I were to get better gear, as far as I'm aware. As you can see, that is just... wow, just monstrous, monstrous. Easily able to deflect most of our blows there as well. Anyway, I'm just going to continue leveling up these followers here. I leveled them all up, and literally they still cost 140. I think they're pretty good, so I don't really mind too much about that, but I could have spent that money leveling something else up, and maybe that would have been a better idea. Maybe getting a temple or something like that. So all of my priests are dead? Are you serious? Do I need to... maybe I need to kind of escort them or something along those lines. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually wait and see where the priests are actually going to run to. I mean, they might just run into battle because they're being told to charge, but I would have thought that they would have been told something a little bit different. So maybe that is indeed the case, or not. Is that a priest? No, that's one of our companions. Where are those blasted priests? Is that one? Yeah, there's a priest. Okay, so let's actually see where he goes. I mean, he seems to be running into battle, so I'm going to need to micromanage these guys to actually get them to do what I want, which is not exactly great. I would have appreciated not having to do that. Anyway, let's level up, well, let's summon a bunch of these followers into battle. Whoa, you can summon a huge amount of them, can't you? Wow, that's crazy. Alright, so I'm ready to deal with these guys. Or am I? Am I ready? Alright, so you greet us back here when, yes, when we're dying, obviously. Yes, I've decided that we're going to be spending a little bit more money and investing much more of our resources in these better units, because you can see right here, look, this is a Gilman that I'm using right here, and this guy is pretty fantastic. I was actually able to kill quite a few enemy units with him. And yeah, I mean, I think personally my own character right now is a little bit too weak for us to even consider, you know, fighting someone like this. So I'm gonna try my best just to, well, see what we can do. Oh, we might actually be in a pretty bad situation here. As you can see, I have no more serfs remaining. We're gonna have to summon some more up here because as you see here, that we have a bunch of enemies that have decided to come in and slaughter them all, which is not exactly great. Okay, now let's see if I can just clear these guys out a little bit. That is the one thing that I feel is a little bit lacking right now. Why is our watchtower so bad? I have no idea. But yes, hopefully they're going to be able to continue getting some butter here. It seems like we have gotten rid of the big wave that was coming towards us of our opponents. They seem to really pick up the pace quite dramatically, because the last couple of battles we've had have not been that challenging. I mean, let's be honest, you know, we were able to win reasonably easily, even though it may have taken some time. But in this case, they really knew how to get behind us and just rampage through our lines very, very easily indeed. So yeah, otherwise we're gonna, as I say, we're gonna continue investing in relatively expensive units, and hopefully that is going to result in better, I don't know, better kill-death ratios, I suppose. I mean, that doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, but keeping our units alive and having those units able to deal massive amounts of damage and not die, that is really good. So hopefully we're going to be able to do that. I mean, even the followers, as you can see here, actually come equipped with some pretty decent gear. They come with a club, which is capable of dealing some pretty nice damage. So not bad at all. I can still revive my hero, by the way. I'm going to save that just in case for something. And maybe we want to upgrade this a little bit to reduce our cost of the Gilman and increase their population maximum capacity. And those guys are pretty awesome. They've got some amazing weapons, so hopefully they're going to prove to us that they can assist us in our victory here. I do need to get behind the enemy units, but I don't really have a fantastic way of doing that. So in other words, I don't have a ranged weapon. If I had a ranged weapon, if I was a Virago archer or a Hood archer or something along those lines, that would probably make a bit of sense, you know, but unfortunately I am not, and so we're gonna have to do this, I suppose, the old-fashioned way. Okay, so my Gilman are doing well. Ooh, raiders! We've just unlocked some raiders. Let's get some raiders in here. That's gonna help us out. I think these raiders actually do come with horses, so that should be pretty awesome. Ooh, they have battle serfs? I don't have battle serfs. Why don't I have battle serfs? I'd like to see some battle serfs. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're really cheap, so it would be kind of cool to have a bunch of units come in there that are really, really cheap. But yeah, I am dying, but that's because I'm not really paying too much attention to my own HP, because you get these kinds of guys to come in here now. I mean, look at this. I have this huge two-handed polearm, which is hopefully going to deal massive damage for us. Otherwise, should we get a phalanx? Ooh, polearmsman. Alright, well, we have 14 serfs, and I'm going to save up a little bit of our butter here, and then, well, we're going to start getting more of these guys in here, but you can see that most of our units are being eliminated, which is not great. But, well, that is the kind of game it is. We're gonna have to pace ourselves. Alright, so I did say that I was gonna wait until I saved up enough butter to be able to spawn a huge wave of allied units, but you can see here that I have enough to spawn a knight, an actual knight, which is going to make so much difference. Just look at how many kills we're able to get, and it is just so effective. I mean, literally, even my horse was able to get a kill right there. Now, obviously, the main guys, you know, those guys with the chainmail, they're going to be very, very difficult to take out anyway, so I'm going to try, if I can, to use my knight to do something fantastic. And you know what that's going to be? We're going to try and get around into the enemy serf's line, and I'm going to just try and just reduce the amount of units they're able to spawn. So hopefully these watchtowers will also not see fit to absolutely murder me as I'm doing this. I mean, I'm pretty sure that they are going to eventually, but if I can just eliminate as many serfs as possible, we should have an overwhelming advantage. Ow. That was not really good, was it? Oh no, stay away from me, you impudent fools. Yes. This is not good, is it? Oh well, never mind. Okay, I guess I am distracting a bunch, but unfortunately this is not going to result in a lot of progress for us. Did manage to kill, what is it now, 4 or 5 of the enemy serfs, so I suppose that's okay. But in the grand scheme of things, we needed to eliminate a little bit more than that. Let's see how I'm able to do here, though. Maybe I'm going to survive. Maybe I'll survive, and maybe I'll be able to come back and maybe do a little bit of extra damage. But it's unlikely, gotta say that. These guys right here, these Ealdormans, or whatever they're called, they're pretty fantastic. They have a huge amount of... I mean, just look at their speed. They're very difficult in fighting, you know. It's almost impossible to get past their shield. So it seems like I'm gonna have to... You can see that. I mean, you might as well just let yourself get killed by those. I think they're a little bit too powerful for my liking, but oh well, never mind. Alright, so what else should we get here? What about Lorimers? Lorimers, I have no idea what Lorimers are, but I suppose we're gonna find out. We're gonna spawn as one. We are gonna spawn as one. This is gonna be pretty fun. Basically, the one thing I have to do is just prevent our units from dying. Ooh, nice! It's a mounted unit. Ah, I like this. I like the mounted units, as you can no doubt tell. We're able to do a lot of damage with this as well. Nice. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, so we do need to prevent our serfs from taking damage, so I'm going to try and see what I can do about that. And I'm going to need to get some Virago archers or Hood archers or something along those lines. So let's get a haven. Let's get some Virago archers to spawn in here. They're going to help us out a great deal. against these archers, because it seems like our opponent decided to go ranged, which is interesting. I mean, obviously, now that we've spawned a bunch of cavalry, they're not really doing too well, but it would be kind of nice to have a little bit of ranged support anyway, so getting some Virago archers can't be all bad. Let's see what else I can get, though. Let's get some footmen. Let's get some of those footmen there. Alright, so we might have the definitive push at the end here. I'm not entirely sure, but maybe we will. I have a certain number of all kinds of different things. We have jaculums, we have wolf warriors, we have some hunters, footmen, all kinds of things. And that's exactly what I've been trying to do, because obviously this mod is a little bit different from Blood for Land in that way, where if you try to spawn something, it's going to take a little bit of time for that to actually happen, because there's a bit of a quote-unquote build time instead of it just being instant, like in Blood for Land, because Blood for Land was certainly instant, and, well, you know, that worked very, very well in the mod, but it did obviously raise a couple of balance issues, perhaps. I'm not entirely sure, really. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed Blood for Land, so I don't really have a problem with the way it did anything, you know. But obviously this kind of mod always has the slight issue when it comes to the longevity of the battles. I mean, you're going to see that, obviously, in basically every single one of the episodes that I've made so far. Every single video does tend to, well, shall we say, every single battle does tend to go on for quite some time. But that is to be expected. I mean, it is one of these kinds of mods where it is just like that, you know? You do have a kind of tug-of-war style of gameplay, and I actually very much appreciate that. I like it a lot, but obviously that's not everyone's cup of tea. So anyway, I now have 7,300, and I'm thinking of getting a bunch of knights, but then I'm thinking to myself, maybe that's not the best idea, so I'm just going to get some more Gilmans here, and we're probably going to get some more pole armsmen, because these guys are going to come in, they're going to be extremely heavily armored, they're going to have pretty good weapons and shields and everything, and they're going to make a huge difference to our push here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm also, well, as you can see, we're still pushing. We're still actually pushing and doing a very, very good job. But if this push fails, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just wait until 5,000 butter, and then we're going to get our healthcare upgraded and get some more serfs in there. But obviously we do need to be very careful, because the enemy can retaliate at basically any time. So we do need to be a bit careful of that. Anyway, I'm going to get some more wolf warriors in here as well, and maybe we want to try and just get some more in the way of bond slaves. Just get a bunch of those, because they do tend to be actually pretty good in big numbers. And as you can see, my push has failed, but well, I don't know whether that's really a failure, because we've eliminated so many of the enemy that we should, in theory, be able to get past most of these and maybe, just maybe, get over to the enemy's serfs. And yeah, this guy right here, this Ealdman guy, he is extremely irritating, because he basically blocks anything that you do to him, but he doesn't really even take that much damage if you were to hit him either. He's just very, very fast, and it kind of, yeah, you just kind of get tired fighting him. He's just that good. He really is. Anyway, we're going to continue to push and hopefully eliminate our first watchtower soon. Oh, we're doing it. We're doing it. Come on, kill it. Yes, I'm playing as a pole armsman. Ah, that was really close. Did you see that? That was super close. We almost had the middle watchtower down. Hopefully, my forces will be able to push forward and just kill it. It is literally, I think two hits away. 2 hits from being eliminated. So hopefully we'll be able to get that down, and that will open up a huge... Yes, there we go. There we go. All right, so that is down. That opens up a huge area in the middle of the opponent's defenses, and that is going to enable us to do everything we want to their serfs. And yes, we mean everything. Oh yes, we mean everything. As you can see, I did actually advance our serf tech to the next level, so now I'm able to have 19 serfs instead of 14, and that's pretty fantastic. So what I'm going to do is we're going to get some more Gilman in here. We're going to get some sand amblers, And we're going to get some raiders. I'm just going to try and get the high tier units as much as I can. And then we're just going to supplement those with bond slaves and maybe Virago archers as well, because they're pretty cool. So you can see here as well that we've, and by we, I mean my forces, have eliminated most of the enemy serfs. So we should have the overwhelming advantage now. I'm going to try and take out this watchtower as well if I can, but I am only a bond slave at the moment, so it is going to be more difficult than I would like. Oh, it seems like it's working. It is working. Yes. Ah, there we go. It is the beginning of the end. I think as soon as you get... Oh! They killed the other one. Oh, okay. Well, that is a victory for us. I'm actually kind of surprised that we were able to do that, but there you go. Let's occupy it. Oh, fantastic. Alright, so I'm not going to be planting anything. I personally feel like improving the farming village is much better than improving these small farms and things. But obviously, it really is just a matter of perspective, because obviously sometimes these things are pretty fantastic. I mean, what is this? Oh, right. I actually have no idea what that was. Okay, I have no idea what that is, actually, so... Oh dear. Well, it can't be a bad thing, because it says improvement, so I guess it's just a matter of time. Oh, well, anyway, that will be it for this episode. Next time we're going to be facing this very big town, and I think that's going to be extremely exciting. Maybe we'll also check out one of those infested villages too. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.